All right, today we are going to crack the code on English pronunciation. We're going to walk through just four simple keys that are going to make a massive difference in how clearly you speak. So let's just dive right in.
Does this sound familiar? You've put in the work, you've studied the grammar, all the vocabulary, but when you actually speak, you just get that kind of confused look back. Well, you are definitely not alone, and the solution is probably way simpler than you think. It's not about sounding perfect.
So here's the most important thing to get. The goal is not to get rid of your accent. The real goal is something called intelligibility. And that's just a fancy word that means, can people understand you? That's it. Some really groundbreaking research showed that this is what really truly matters for communicating well.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You can have a heavy accent and still be perfectly easy to understand. Your accent is a part of who you are. It only becomes an issue if it's actually getting in the way of your message. So right now, let's just take all that pressure off. We are aiming for clarity, not for perfection.
All right, let's get into our very first key. I like to call this one the lazy vowel. Seriously, this one sound is the most common in the entire English language, and getting it right is a total game changer.
So what is it? It's called the schwa. And it just sounds like Now, if your first language is maybe something like Russian, your instinct might be to pronounce every single vowel nice and clearly. But English doesn't work like that. In our unstressed syllables, we use this super relaxed, lazy sound. Your jaw should be loose, your mouth completely relaxed.
Okay, let's try a few. Just notice how the part in bold kind of relaxes into that sound. So it's not problem, it's problem. Not family, but family. Support, today. This last one's a big one. It's not today, it's today. Just making that one little change will make you sound so much more natural.
Awesome. Okay, on to key number 2, W versus V. Now, this is a classic mix-up for so many learners, especially if that W sound doesn't even exist in your native language. So let's get this sorted out right now.
The fix for this is actually really simple, and it's all physical. For the W sound, like in the word whale, all you do is round your lips, almost like you're about to whistle. Whale. Now for the V sound, as in veil, your top teeth just gently touch your bottom lip. Veil. Can you feel that difference? One is all lips, the other uses your teeth.
Okay, let's practice them side by side. Focus on that physical feeling. Let's try it. Veil, whale. Feel your teeth and then your lips. Verse, worse. Vile, while. Once you really feel that physical difference, it just becomes muscle memory.
You're doing great. Okay, time to tackle our third key. This is another one of those sounds that's not in a lot of other languages, but it is everywhere in English. I'm talking about the tricky th.
So the really common error here is to turn a word like think into sink or the into z. The secret? It's all about your tongue. See, for s and z sounds, your tongue kind of hides behind your teeth. But for th, the very tip of your tongue has to come out and make contact with your top teeth. Then you just push air through. Th.
Let's give it a try. Make sure you can actually feel your tongue touching your teeth. Let's go. There, these, thoughts, other, three, thanks. I know it might feel a little weird at first, but nailing this one detail makes a huge difference in being understood.
Okay, so we've been working on these individual, tiny sounds. For our fourth and final key, I want to zoom way out. We're going to talk about the music of the language, the overall flow and rhythm of English.
English is what's called a stress-timed language. The easiest way to think about it is like a drum beat. Some beats are loud and others are soft. It's like da, da, dum, da, dum, da. The stressed words are those loud beats, and all the other little words get squeezed in between. This rhythm can be really, really different from your native language.
So, how do you know which words get the big, loud beat? It's actually pretty simple. We stress the words that carry the most meaning. We call them content words, so nouns, main verbs, adjectives. All the small grammatical glue words, the function words, they're usually unstressed. We say them really fast, and, you guessed it, they often get that lazy schwa sound we practiced first.
Now this example shows you just how powerful stress really is. The words in these two sentences are exactly the same, but the meaning completely changes depending on which word gets the emphasis. Just listen, I don't think he would do that versus I don't think he would do that. See what I mean? Mastering stress is how you master meaning.
So there you have it. Those are the 4 keys to much clearer pronunciation. Let's just put them all together now into a really simple action plan. Here it is. This is your roadmap. First, really get that lazy schwa sound down in those weak syllables. Next, feel the physical difference between the W with round lips and the V with a lip bite. Then, get that tongue on your teeth for the TH sound. And finally, just start listening for the rhythm in English and stress those big, important words.
So, my question for you is this. Which one of these keys are you going to focus on first? And look, don't try to do them all at once. Just pick one. Is it going to be the lazy vowel, the W versus V sound, the tricky TH, or are you just going to listen for the rhythm? Whatever you choose, start today. You will be absolutely amazed at the results.